there, Libra. Welcome to your mid-March 2024 General Tarot Update. It's Raina here. Oh my goodness. That was that tower. I'm going to see if I can. Ooh, there's your card, the Justice card. Alrighty then. Now at the end of the month, you're going to have a lunar eclipse in your sign. So that might be the rumblings of the lunar eclipse, that tower card. I always think of eclipses when I see the tower card. The heart of the matter is the Knight of Cups. This is an offer made in love. And yes, of course, it can be romantic, but it can also be, like something that is coming from the heart. What I typically think of is maybe somebody that you know offering you a job, or if it's in a field that is connected to creativity or spirituality, then that as well. The cups relate to water energy, but yeah, also the knight in shining armor vibe. And that's why I was kind of oohing and eyeing, because that's kind of right up your alley if you think about it. In the past position, we have the Page of Pentacles, and this is a card that I could see being connected to receiving some kind of message about work. So, or maybe even communicating about work. So, in that context, that might be, and for you, by the way, your sixth house of work just so happens to be Pisces, and we just had a new moon in Pisces. I'm recording this on March 11th, and it was on March 10th. So some of you may be thinking about a new job, and at the very least communicating about this. The higher message is the Four of Wands, and this is a card that is connected to marriage, new homes, happy homes. Wands is fire energy. I would say, like, for instance, if there is somebody new coming into your life, and in some cases it might be a literal water sign individual. Cancer is a sign that Libra, of all the water signs, that you might gravitate towards, because you're both cardinal signs. So maybe you're both kind of, take charge kinds of people, like you're very like doers and things like that. And that's the kind of person that you may gravitate towards. And the bottom line is that that person, like, it's very easy to wine and dine somebody and act romantic, but is it something that you feel that could have that permanent relationship quality? The Four of Wands, isn't really the same as like the Pentacles, which is more like about stability and longevity maybe. But I think of the Wands as enthusiasm, because it's fire energy, and that's a harmonious element for air signs like Libra. And the point being that a Libra person ultimately wants someone that they can grow old with, because you want to be part of a couple. Typically, there might be some outliers, but most of you want that relationship with somebody that you can, but you want to be able to count on that person and have a true partnership. And for a Libra person, it helps when there's that sense of passion, that the fire element provides, because this is a card of earth, and this is something that is maybe you're talking to somebody that's an earth sign, and the earth sign that you might be gravitating towards is a Capricorn. Out of all the earth signs, I would say Libra, Virgo maybe, but anyway, the point is that ultimately I think that the person that really is your I was going to say equal, but I mean your match is more of that type of fire sign individual. However, I do know a couple where one is a Libra and one is a Virgo, and they have been married now for 40 years. I remember going to their wedding, and I was like 18 years old. So now I'm pushing 60. So there you go. Okay. What crosses you is the Two of Pentacles? Yes. I mean, at first I was a little bit hesitant to assign a person to that Pentacles, but I do feel that there may be something along those lines, because this is a card of maybe juggling two people, and one of those people may be Earth. I do feel that the reason that fire signs and air signs, want to have somebody that's an earth sign, because I'm a fire sign, I'm a Sagittarian. And I think a lot of times the reason that we are attracted to those kinds of people is because they can be our, it's almost like being our secretary, where they can take care of the 3D stuff, and then we can just do our thing. But I think I just insulted earth signs, so I don't want to do that. But anyway, this can be the Two of Pentacles can be about juggling two different jobs, for instance, but it's in the challenge position, so it makes me think that it's not something that is really what you want. You don't want to do something along those lines, or maybe even more than that, you don't want to have to make a decision about two different jobs, or it's very difficult. And of course, Libra people are notorious for indecision, so that's something that you already kind of struggle with sometimes. I'm sure there are some of you that are more resolute. If you have Mercury and Scorpio, maybe you're more able to do something very cleanly and courageously make snap decisions or whatever. But in general, I think that you like to deliberate. And this can, if you deliberate too long, you might lose the opportunity of the Knight of Cups. And that's where this card comes in. This is the energy that's coming in, the Tower. And this can be that the universe decides on your behalf. If there is something that needs to change in your life, in any area, including a relationship that is no longer providing you growth, then maybe something will happen that makes that decision for you. And it's always better the more that you can guide that situation, instead of waiting around for everything to come down. But some people they need to learn the hard way. I don't know, because eclipses are faded opportunities for growth. They are meant to knock us, that was the word that came into my mind, out of our comfort zone. The outcome is the Justice card, and this can be a situation where everything lands where it should. So even if there is some kind of what we would call, I don't like the word upset, but something that kind of happens that is unwanted or unexpected, it works out in the long run. It was what was meant to be. And also about fairness, because Libra can have a fetish with fairness. And that's another important thing, is to understand that even when life seems unfair, it could be totally fair. You just don't understand why things are happening the way they are. And I know that that's kind of maddening sometimes for Libra people, because you might believe in the process. You might believe that there's a process. By the way, the Justice card is under the Four of Wands. So if there is some kind of like home situation, maybe you're getting an offer. But I think too that it can be uh, with an inheritance, not just with like buying your own home and stuff. Because the Knight of Cups, someone may come to you in a very sincere way, and they're trying to make a deal with you, and perhaps you're not having it for some reason. Or yeah, because the Page of Pentacles, it might even be like a negotiation that has been occurring for a while. Now we are going to have a Mercury retrograde starting on April 1st, and that will be in your opposite sign of Aries. So that will be in the 7th house, which can be, and there's actually going to be a solar eclipse here, but this Mercury retrograde could, kind of like any kind of legal case, it might be delayed, possibly until later in the month, or in going into May. But yeah, you are going to have some hits to that 7th house, a solar eclipse. And yeah, and maybe that's the Tower card too, that's when things start to break. Even the Libra lunar eclipse, that will oppose, the sun will be in the 7th house at that time. So the reason I keep saying the 7th house is, first of all, that's your house, but it's also the law. It's also legal matters. So if this is a literal legal matter, there may be delays. But if it's in, because of that eclipse March 25th, that will aspect that 7th house, it could be that timing card that the Justice card is talking about, the Libra lunar eclipse. But this card is in the upright position, so I would assume that you're going to prevail regardless. So that's what I have for you, Libra. I hope that this resonated. If you would like a private reading, the link is below. Take care. Bye.